We live? Is this thing on? What's up? What's up? All right, we're starting a little bit early, a little bit ahead of time, but that's okay. I know you guys are going to start funneling in once you guys get the notifications. So we're live. We out here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We are drafting at the 108 today, exclusively on Drafters Fantasy Sports. If you sign up today using code DISCODRAFTS1, you get up to $100 matched with your initial deposit. All transactions are done in US dollars. We are doing a best ball tournament. We are in the $3 mini right now. And we'll talk about how best ball works, and we'll also explain what the $3 mini is. And we'll start with the explanation of the $3 mini. But first, we got my friend. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Your message said, hey, man, it's all good. I saw an opportunity to jump on early, so I figured I'd jump on early. It's all gravy. Thank you for tuning in, though. Appreciate it, my boy. So yeah, the $3 mini is one of the competitions here and tournaments here that Drafters provides. Essentially, you enter a draft tournament with $3, and when you enter this draft tournament with $3, if your lineup does really well and you win, you become eligible to place first. Obviously, first place gets $30,000. There's up to $300,000 in winnings. There's also the $20 best ball 2 million tournament. First place gets $300K there. There's $2 million in winnings. We did one of those yesterday. We're back to the mini today. That was a pretty decent spiel, an explanation of this. So we'll start talking draft. So far off the board: Justin Jefferson gone, Jamar Chase gone, CMC gone, Cooper Kupp gone. Let's catch up with the chat. I'll still watch and take notes from Professor Disco. Take notes, give notes, whatever you want, man. I love your involvement. I love that you're in here, buddy. I genuinely appreciate it. Thank you. After Cooper Kupp goes, Tyreek Hill's gone, Travis Kelce also gone, and we're on the clock. Let's go. I got to figure out this UI. I generally do. All right. So yesterday we started with Stefon Diggs. I don't want to repeat that. We got 30 seconds to make a decision. I think we're going to go with AJ Brown and try something here. So AJ Brown with the first overall pick, he just dodged a horrifying scare where he was doing a charitable bike ride, I believe last weekend, with the Philadelphia Eagles. They were raising funds for some sort of autism program there, if I'm not mistaken. And rumor had it that he was hit by a car. Nevertheless, he jumped on Twitter shortly after and said, no, I was not hit by a car. I was picking up my phone. And then he tweeted after that, shows his incredible sense of humor, that he's certain that the car had a star on it, which is pretty awesome. So after we took AJ Brown with the 108, Stefon Diggs goes, CeeDee Lamb goes, Amon St. Brown goes. I want to say that I love Amon-Ra St. Brown, but I also hate his current ADP. I don't have any exposure to him, and that might be a bad deal, especially with Jameson Williams serving his suspension. But after St. Brown goes, Austin Eckler's gone, Jalen Waddle's gone, Garrett Wilson's gone. So I don't know if we're going to have too much wide receiver value left for us here. But yeah, I'm eyeing something right now to be very beneficial to us. Jonathan Taylor's available, Saquon's available. Jalen Hurts would be really nice right now, and I'd love to get Jalen Hurts. But I'm going to take Devonta Smith, however you say his name. I'm going to take Smith. And the reason for taking Smith is not necessarily because he was the best wide receiver available or anything like that. It's the fact that we have AJ Brown. We have this theory here where stacks are nice, but there's also positional correlation that also works, and it's very beneficial. We know that it's either going to be Devonta Smith or AJ Brown that has a huge game with Philadelphia Eagles. Typically, they both have a relatively high ceiling and a great high floor as well. Their floor is pretty substantial, but now we get to capitalize on raising our floor exponentially. We do lower our ceiling a little bit, but no matter what happens on any given Sunday, it doesn't matter what week it is, if AJ Brown balls out or if Devontae Smith balls out, we're getting points regardless. So yes, a stack with Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown would be nice, but everybody who drafts on any best ball tournament is going to go, okay, well, like, I want that stack, right? Because stacks was the hot thing. And to get unique, you have to start being a little bit of creative. He was the best wide receiver on the board, so I really do like that pick and like our start so far. So yeah, I'll catch up on the chat. Smith has those breakout. Absolutely, yeah. He has enormous spike weeks, but he's also fairly consistent on the weeks he doesn't have spikes. You're going to expect, on average, anywhere between 10 to 15 fantasy points, especially in PPR format from him, which is very, very beneficial if you're counting points. So let's catch up with the draft. After we take Devontae Smith, Tony Pollard goes, somebody who I'm not very high on, simply because he's coming off of an injury. But if he's healthy, he's going to eat. After Pollard, Patrick Mahomes, Saquon, Jonathan Taylor falling to the later portion of the second round. Chris Olave, Jalen Hurts gone, so it happens. And then after Hurts, Ramondre Stevenson, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, T. Higgins, Josh Allen, DK Metcalf. So all the S tier quarterbacks are gone off the board. So we're probably not going to go quarterback here. So let's look at value and what we have on the board right now. And I draft way too much Deebo Samuel. Like, every part of me wants to draft Deebo Samuel, but I have way too much Deebo Samuel. So let's go Calvin Ridley, because we could potentially get a later stack with Calvin Ridley and Trevor Lawrence, and I have high hopes and high expectations for both guys. So we'll see how that goes. After we take Calvin Ridley, Amari Cooper goes off the board. Breece Hall goes off the board. Now, if Deebo Samuel does fall to us in the next round, we're going to have to grab him, and then we'll be good at wide receiver for a little bit. So after Najee Harris has gone around the bend, you got Keenan Allen and Jerry Jeudy also gone. And yeah, let's talk about how best ball works. So essentially, here in Drafters, you get 20 rounds to get a roster that you draft and construct. Instead of having to worry and stress about setting your lineup every week and not doing multiple drafts because you have to set your lineup all the time, what you do is you essentially draft it and forget it. We're up next, so I'll continue explaining best ball. So after Judy's gone, Hopkins goes, Samuel goes, so that sucks for us. We can potentially invest in running back here or get a high upside quarterback. I'm going to go with Justin Fields. I think he's phenomenal. Obviously, Joe Burrow is great, but the only difference between both of those guys is Justin Fields gives you a higher floor and ceiling with his running ability. T-Hop before Samuel. We jump back in time. Well, like, here's the thing with Samuel, right? Like, yes, he's an incredible, fantastic player. And yes, he has both that rushing and receiving ability and threat. But there's weeks where he absolutely disappears. Now, if DeAndre Hopkins goes to a Kansas City, who's one of the favorite teams to land him, DeAndre Hopkins becomes the wide receiver one. Yes, the number one target is Travis Kelce, but DeAndre Hopkins becomes the wide receiver one there and can have a much higher ceiling than Deebo Samuel. If Trey Lance is to be the quarterback that starts and he's healthy to go this year, I don't think that benefits Deebo. I think Brock Purdy is more beneficial to Debo than Trey Lance would be. So once again, we're just waiting for news there. And as I said, like I love Debo. I get as many shares of Debo as I possibly can. But once you get to 30 or more drafts, you want to start exposing yourself to other players, right? If you're just doing the same lineup and the same picks over and over and over and over again, you're not going to have any sort of advantage to doing many drafts, right? As I said, like last night, and as I'll continue to say, our goal is to do 150, 200, 250 of these drafts. So we want to get exposure to as many different possible players that we can. But yeah, and interesting news, DeAndre Hopkins officially released. It's official. They waited the 48-hour period or whatever period there is. I believe it's 48 hours. So now he's officially a free agent, and at any given moment in time, he can sign. And if he does sign, I want you guys to tell me in the chat, like right away. I need that news. So let's catch up on the chat. After we take Justin Fields, Drake London goes, Christian Watson goes, and we're on the board. So we'll catch up in a bit. All right. Another guy who, like, I don't have enough exposure to, George Kittle, in terms of best available. He was best available on the board. He's another guy who benefits heavily from Brock Purdy being the quarterback and not Trey Lance. Trey Lance, we don't know what to expect with him. Brock Purdy, we actually have, some stats and analytics to go based off of. So after we said what? Jahmyr Gibbs, TJ Hawkinson, DJ Moore, Kenneth Walker, Terry McLaurin, entering round 5. Chris Godwin goes, Michael Pittman goes, Joe Burrow goes, Aaron Jones, Travis Etienne, J.K. Dobbins, Brandon Ayuk. We take George Kittle, then Mike Williams is gone, and Dallas Goedert's gone, and we're all caught up. And then Joe Mixon goes. Okay, you thinking? Liam says, you thinking you'll snipe Lawrence late or giving up on Ridley stack? Well, I mean, the Lawrence and Ridley stack would have been nice, but we have quite a few Lawrence and Ridley stacks in our other lineups. I don't think I've ever drafted Justin Fields. So this is my first share of Justin Fields. So I'm going to try to get some later correlation because obviously DJ Moore is gone. He was taken. Oh, me and this UI. We got to figure it out. He was taken at the later end of the 4th round. Yeah. So yes, Lawrence is available. Do I think that get him right now and be set? Yes, but I'm going to go with another wide receiver with a lot of upside. And I do need running back. Screw it. We'll take George Pickens. We have not drafted a single running back, but we have 4 very solid wide receivers, very, very high ceilings. We got an outstanding quarterback. We got a great tight end. I do think with Justin Fields, though, we might have to go with 3 quarterbacks in this build. And with George Kittle, we might also have to go with 3 tight ends in this build. But we need to start going running back and early and often. Odds you go Claypool. Yeah, that's another guy who I have way too much exposure to. But in the late round value based on ADP, if he's available, I'm going to get him every single time because, everybody's fading him. Everybody hates him. But he's the wide receiver number 2 as of now. Darnell Mooney's coming off of an injury. And DJ Moore, we like DJ Moore, but we don't know what he's going to be in Chicago. So based off of value, we love the idea of going Chase Claypool later on. And if you're in the chat and in this draft with us, you're probably going to snipe him from us. But it's okay. We got the 2023 draft guide with us. We got our tier list and our breakdown. And we're better prepared than you are. So go ahead, be petty. We're going to out-petty your pettiness. So after we take Pickens, Marquise Brown goes, Miles Sanders gone, Deontay Johnson, Cam Akers, Treylon Burks, Dameon Pierce, Jordan Addison, around the bend, Jahan Dotson, another guy who I have zero exposure to. Anyways, we're on the board. We'll catch up with that. Okay. great. It's working out beautifully right now. We just took our first RB in the 7th round, Dalvin Cook. We're going hero RB, but late hero RB here. And he had a ADP of, or like a first round value last year. And because, he's an impending free agent who's going to sign and be the number one running back wherever he goes, we get him in the 7th round. That's why it pays to start drafting now. OBJ on the board. Yeah, OBJ, you'll see him around the 10th round, 11th round. Yeah, 10th round. Sorry, Liam asked, curious when he's getting picked. Yeah, 10th round, 11th round. If he goes earlier than that, then the person's simply a huge OBJ fan, but based on ADP, anywhere between 10th to 12th round. All right, so let's catch up. Before we took Dalvin Cook, I believe we were at Anthony Richardson, who has high ceiling, DeAndre Swift, Alexander Madison, all great running backs. We do like them. Mike Evans in the 7th round could be very good. Trevor Lawrence in the 7th round. That's pretty late for him to get picked up. He definitely fell in this draft. Brandon Cooks, we took Dalvin Cook. After we took Cook, Deshaun Watson gone, another guy who has top 10 upside. Then Javonte Williams, which I don't believe is a good pick, and I believe that we're going to see a J.K. Dobbins situation. Darren Waller, Gabe Davis, Quentin Johnson, Rashad Bateman, Dak Prescott. We're all caught up, and we're on the board. All right, so we need another running back. Based on the season last year and them not adding many threats right now, Isaiah Pacheco seems like a no-brainer, and we are desperate for running back. So we got really great value at the running back position going 0 RB in the first, I want to say, 6 rounds has paid off exponentially for us. But we're going to keep going running back. I think we're going to try to aim for 6 running backs this draft. And then try to get as many late round values at the other positions. We may be eyeing Cole Kmet as well, just so we can get that correlation. After we take Isaiah Pacheco, Rashad White goes, another guy who I'm not very high on, but like as of now, other than Godwin, he's the best fantasy option in Tampa. Then P. Ryan, a guy who I absolutely love. I can't get enough shares of that guy. Then Kirk Cousins. Then Evan Ingram. Michael Thomas gone, a guy who I won't get too much exposure to because he's burnt me way too many times. Even though he's deadlifting 500 pounds, still doesn't mean much. When you get on the field and you start doing your cuts and you start playing, that's when I'll want you. Then Daniel Jones is gone after that. I'm just trying to see if we recognize any of the names in here. Grody, we've drafted with him way too many times. He's at 87 drafts. That's impressive. Olu, 78. I believe we've drafted with Olu as well. Snowman, we've definitely drafted with at 67. Yeah. Okay. We're in here with the Sharks. It's very consistent sharkage here. So after Daniel Jones, Elijah Moore goes, then Zach Charbonnet. Let's see if that guy has he has the Kenneth Walker Charbonnet correlation. Good for him. I have yet to get that in a single draft, and I want it. If I can get it once, I'll be happy. And if I can get a Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery as well, I'll get it. This is my first time getting both Devontae Smith and getting AJ Brown. I would love to get a Tyreek Hill and a Jalen Waddle, but Tyreek Hill's going in the first 6 picks, and Jalen Waddle's going around the bend in the 2nd round. So the likelihood of that is not very likely unless this happened here. Tyreek Hill, nope. Yep. Tyreek Hill gone at the 105. Jalen Waddle gone literally around the bend. So we pivot, we digress, and we're on the board. Hopefully this works out for us. James Cook. It would be cool to have the Cook brothers. Kamara's available, but we don't really want any Kamara. So we'll take James Cook. I don't know what to expect from him. I'll be completely honest. Do I see that team running the ball more this year? I don't know. But the fact that it's PPR and he is more of a pass catching threat than Damian Harris, who just went right after us, I'm okay with that. So let's look for, there's OBJ right there. ADP is around 114. We got more people joining us in the live. Yeah, sorry. I know it shoots our live stream in the foot when we go a little bit early, but I mean, I saw that the draft was about to fill up, so I jumped in. So I apologize in advance. So if there's not too much interaction with you beautiful folks, it's totally fine. I do miss you guys though. So after we take Cook, Damian Harris goes, Rasheen Rice gone, AJ Dillon gone. That hurts. We were definitely eyeing him. Devon Achane gone. That doesn't really hurt us too much. I feel like the number one landing spot for Dalvin Cook is Miami, and once Dalvin signs to Miami, HA might be a fourth running back on the depth chart there. So after HA is gone, Antonio Gibson gone off the board. So yeah, it's not a special draft. It's the same old. We've done too many of these that like there's nothing extreme that's happening, no crazy reaches. Everybody here on Drafters is an absolute shark and a beast, and they know what they're doing. So it's great. After Gibson's gone, Geno Smith is gone, then Lazard's gone, and now we're on the board. All right, we'll go with Brian Robinson, best running back available. We did need the running backs. So we got really great wide receiver value early on, and then we got a great top five potential quarterback, great top five potential tight end. So we'll just do a summary of our team so far. Justin Fields at the quarterback position, and at the running back, we went Dalvin Cook, Isaiah Pacheco, James Cook, Brian Robinson, very, very good players. And the fact that we didn't start drafting running back until the 7th round and ended with these four is pretty phenomenal. And I think the only benefit to doing that, and the only reason why we got that, was because we're drafting in late May. And that's literally the only reason, because everybody's still high on the post-draft, but we're getting best value right now. And then at the wide receiver position, our first overall pick was AJ Brown. We got Devontae Smith, Calvin Ridley, George Pickens, freaking amazing wide receiver core. I love my team so far. And George Kittle. Every time I think, this is my best work, my best draft, I go and outdo myself. Just forever improving, guys. After we take Brian Robinson, Okonkwo's gone, Odell Beckham goes. So to answer your question, Liam, Odell gone in the 10th round. Then Dalton Kincaid gone, Jacoby Myers, Freiermuth. It's crazy to see Kincaid go before Freiermuth. Kamara gone. Somebody's going to take the gamble on that. In the 10th round, it's not a bad gamble. Rashad Penny, Dalton Schultz, Tyler Boyd, and we're all caught up. And yeah. So yeah, let's talk about best ball and how best ball works. So you get 20 roster slots here on Drafters. It's PPR format. If you're not familiar with the terminology, PPR is points per reception. So receivers will go early and often, and the running backs with the receiving ability go early and often as well. So you'll see some running backs fall based on ADP, but if you're not smart enough to go with your wide receivers early, you're going to be stumped later on. You're going to be ending up with a really doo-doo wide receiver team. So balance is key. Balance is important. And we're going to take Aaron Rodgers here. So we got our second quarterback. So the way it works is, as opposed to doing a redraft league where you have to set your lineups at the end of or before every week starts, before kickoff, what you do here is you draft and forget it, right? The best part about drafting in fantasy drafts in general is the fantasy draft aspect. Setting your lineups is an absolute headache. I'll probably only do one redraft league this year. So your roster construction goes one quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 flex, as opposed to setting your lineup like we had alluded to earlier. What it does is it takes the best overall performance at the end of the week and it applies it to your weekly matchup. And that's why it's important to get a lot of depth and get a lot of exposure to players who you typically wouldn't get exposure to, because like everybody's going to say, like, you take Jonathan Taylor over an AJ Brown in redraft format. You take a Saquon Barkley over Devonta Smith in redraft format. You don't get a quarterback in the first 2 rounds in redraft. But here, you're allowed to get yourself to that extra player exposure. It's the best shots on net. Even though the ADP isn't exactly like redraft format, it's going to make you better prepared for your redraft leagues. God, that was my best explanation yet. All right. After we take Rodgers, Elijah Mitchell goes. Jamal Williams gone. Kendre Miller gone. Would have been nice to get Kendre Miller, but we have way too many shares of him, so you can have him, sir. Khalil Herbert gone. Darnell Mooney gone around the bend. I mean, it would have been nice to get one of those guys simply for the correlation with our QB1, but that's neither here nor there, and we shall adjust. Look out for those bye weeks, 10, 13 buys. Can't afford too many more. Let's take a look at it. Oh, let's make our pick first. I guess we're avoiding week 10 and 13. Well, I mean, Cole Kmet's there. We got some correlation. I like it. Week 13, but whatever. It is what it is. So let's look at our bye weeks right now. Dalvin Cook. Yeah, so Dalvin Cook isn't on a team, so his bye week is going to change. So I'm not worried about that. Week 10, we got 2 guys on the same team, so it happens. Yeah, I mean, it's not horrible. I'm never going to draft saying like, oh, like Dalvin Cook's available in the 7th round, but I have another running back who's got a bye week in week 13. If I lose that week, I lose that week, right? At the end of the day, I think they're going to have way better production than yeah. Good point on Cook. Never mind. But I mean, like, there's also rumors now that he may potentially stay in Minnesota, and people are saying re-sign, but he's still under contract. I think he still has 2 years under contract. So after we take Kmet, Tyler Algier goes. Jonathan Mingo, a guy who I was very high on early on, post-draft, but now I'm starting to come back down to earth with him. Jalen Warren gone. KJ Osborne, who's now probably a wide receiver, the receiving 4 option there. Donovan Peoples-Jones gone. Roschon Johnson's gone. We would have loved to have gotten Roschon Johnson. Romeo Doubs gone. Same player who took Dobbs took Jordan Love, so he's got some late stackage and correlation, but that's not a unique one. I mean, anyone who has Love usually gets Dobbs at the same time. Rondell Moore gone. Adam Thielen gone, guy who I'm not too high on. Thielen's one of those guys who we're done with. We're never going to pick him up again. He's hurt me in the past. Raheem Mostert gone. DJ Chark gone. So we'll stop catching up with the draft and start looking at where we want to go with our next pick. Okay, so there's quarterbacks, 1 wide receiver. I'm not high on Alec Pierce. Don't want Hodgins. All right, we're gonna reach for Devin Singletary here, and it's crazy to think that with the ADP of 152, taking him at we got him at ADP actually. Yeah, it's crazy to think that he's falling this far into drafts. Like, he's still a very capable back, still very, very capable. And in a late round, 13th round, the fact that we got Singletary is huge. So we're drafting very well today. We're having a great draft. Oh, more people are joining. All right, so after we take Singletary, Stafford's gone. Sam Laporta, a rookie tight end, I'm very, very high on. Tank Bigsby gone. I'm starting to want to get exposure Tank Bigsby, but I don't have a single share of him. Derek Carr gone. Sorry. Van Jefferson, Kyler Murray. Somebody's taken the gamble there. And then the third running back for the Chicago Bears is gone, so we're not going to get any running back correlation there. It's okay. I digress. It's neither here nor there. All right. I see my guy. I'll get my guy. Jayden Reed. As I said, after you get past the 10th round, you generally don't give a hoot. You don't care about ADP. You just go for your players, build based off of what you did in the first round, and go off of best available. And best available is not necessarily what the ADP says here, but it's based off of my custom tier list and draft guide that you can get completely free by signing up today on Drafters Fantasy Sports, making a minimum deposit of $25. And when you sign up, obviously use code DiscoDrafts1. When you use code DiscoDrafts1, you get up to $100 match with your initial deposit. If you were to do it, just simply, going on Drafters Fantasy and making your deposit, you'll only get 50% of your initial deposit. So it's the best promo code out there. This app is relatively new, but the UI is phenomenal. The app is phenomenal. Get in early. You're going to get these great values very late. And the moment you get in early, the moment you subscribe to our YouTube channel, the moment you sign up using code DiscoDrafts here, you get $30 value for completely free, completely complimentary on the house. My wife used the draft guide and tier list breakdown last year in a best ball tournament and won it. My wife. And it was literally her first time doing a draft, and she just looked at the draft guide and the tier list and did a couple of mocks before, and then jumped in and she won. I was in that league, and she won. My wife won using our draft guide. I don't know how many ways I could say it, but get this offer. And this app is incredible. It's so much fun. Like, yes, I love live streaming this content. I love doing it live. But off stream, I'll do 3-4 drafts a day easily. So after we take Reed, Alec Pierce gone, Marvin Mims gone, another rookie we're really high on. Dulcich gone, Knox gone, Kenneth Gainwell gone, Marquez Valdez Scandling gone, Hyatt gone, Ford gone, Gerald Everett, Gus Edwards, Shakir, all off the board. I do like the Gus Edwards pick here. I think he and Dobbins are both relatively healthy. Is he going to be consistent every week? No, but he's definitely going to have a spike week. So we got 6 people in here now. Wonderful. Well, if you guys are just tuning in, say hello. Talk to us. How's everybody doing? And if you have not done so yet, please subscribe to the channel. It goes a very long way, and it really helps us grow and helps us create content on the regular here. Can't believe it's already been over a week of us doing this. I feel like we're seasoned pros now. So after Shakir's gone, Johnson's gone, Chuba Hubbard's gone, Tajay Spears, who could be a very good steal, and I have 0 exposure to him, is also gone. All right. All right. What the hell did we do here? Yeah, we'll take Zeke. A little bit further down in ADP, but Zeke's going to sign somewhere. Round 15. We got a running back with a very, very high ceiling. Yes, he has no team, and no team has picked him up yet, but the season doesn't start until September, and things are going to happen in the offseason like they always do. The fact that we're drafting in May and we're getting Zeke in the 15th round just gives us a really good advantage to winning and to winning big. So after we take Zeke, Hodgins is gone and Vaughn is gone. I'm starving. Sorry, just got to respond to this. And we're back. All right, so after Deuce Vaughn's gone, what an incredible story that was. Curtis Samuel is gone. I want to get more exposure to Curtis Samuel. I do. Then Shaheed's gone. Then Bryce Young's gone. I don't have much exposure to Bryce Young. Maybe I'll get some Bryce Young. Sam Howell gone. So we're going to need to take a quarterback soon, because the fact that these are the names that we're calling out right now means that we need a quarterback, and we need to make sure that we take a quarterback who doesn't have the bye week of week 7 or week 13. So that's that. After Howell's gone, Trey Lance, yet another quarterback's gone. So yeah, we really need quarterback. CJ Stroud's available, but he's got a bye week of week 7, so that doesn't work for us. Mayer doesn't work for us. Gesicki we have 0 interest in. All right, let's take Mechie. Right now, we have 6 running backs, so we're good on running back. As much as I'd love to take Leonard Fournette, I feel like his situation and Ezekiel Elliott's situation are very different. Kareem Hunt and Leonard Fournette are both available. And it's the 16th round. It's the 16th round, and Kareem Hunt and Leonard Fournette are both available. You're telling me Chase Brown is better than Leonard Fournette and Kareem Hunt if they sign somewhere? You're telling me Isaiah Hodgins is better than Leonard Fournette and Kareem Hunt if they sign somewhere? You're telling me Shakir is better than Leonard Fournette and Kareem Hunt if they sign somewhere? I think out of the 3 running backs who go very late right now based on ADP simply because they're free agents, which is Zeke, Leonard Fournette, and Kareem Hunt. Zeke is the safest bet because he doesn't really have any red flags with him. He balled out last year. He had a very good season. Just Pollard played better, and he has a really big contract that Dallas needed to alleviate themselves from. So they did so. It was simply a business move. It wasn't because he wasn't performing well. But Kareem Hunt, there's rumors saying that Kareem Hunt is no longer he's lost a step. And Leonard Fournette, time and time again, you get these narratives where he's a toxic player. But like Leonard Fournette is so freaking talented, and he's gonna definitely get signed somewhere, and he's gonna vulture some touchdowns. So all great picks. I just think that Zeke is the safest one because he doesn't really have any safe flags or red flags. Sorry. So after we take Mechie, Mike Gesicki goes. Downs gone. I got quite a bit of Downs and Anthony Richardson stackage. So I definitely don't want to expose myself to that too much more. Baker Mayfield gone so early. Wow. Clyde Edwards-Helaire gone. Brock Purdy. Joshua Palmer. Stroud. Okay. So I just based off the names I just mentioned, I generally don't feel like there's any quarterbacks left. Okay. I think it's time to reach on... Where the hell is he? Am I blind? Is Claypool not here? Yeah, somebody draft him. All right. We adapt. We don't have much time. All right. They drafted for us. We took Hunter Renfrow. You happy, Liam? We took Hunter Renfrow. Oh, Chase Claypool literally went a pick right before us. Todrick, you sniped me, and I hate you for it. Dang, that hurts. All right, so after we take Hunter Renfrow, I gotta click disable auto pick. After we hit Renfrow, Taysom Hill gone, Ferguson gone, bad pick. Desmond Ridder gone. He's probably the last starting quarterback who was available. Leonard Fournette gone. So it is round 17, and Leonard Fournette gets taken with the last pick in the 17th round. You got to sign up today using code Disco Drafts 1 so you can get this elite ADP and take advantage of it. It's so juicy. Jimmy Garoppolo is available, but 1, we have a quarterback with a bye week of week 13. 2, he may get released because his foot has not fully recovered. So that doesn't work for us. Let's just take a look at the quarterbacks. Ryan Tannehill, Will Levi. Yeah. Do we just say screw it and take Tom Brady? I swear I thought somebody took Tom Brady there. All right, let's go all. We'll go Richie James. Very high ceiling. He's going to have a spike week or two. With our third last pick, that's pretty good value. We do need another tight end desperately here. And we do need another quarterback desperately here. But I think we could get by with our 2 tight ends and we can get by with our 2 quarterbacks. It would just be ideal to get that. Now, what if Jimmy Garoppolo ends up being healthy halfway through and needs to step in somewhere? He's definitely going to sign. He's very serviceable when healthy. But is that enough to win a best ball tournament like this one? Probably not. Probably not. So after we go Richie James, Evans gone, Paris Campbell gone, Tim Patrick gone. who I believe is the wide receiver 5 there. I is KJ Hamler still in Denver? What a bust. Conklin gone. Thornton gone. Noah Fant. God, I had way too many shares of Fant last year, and it was so. It didn't go the way we liked it to have gone. All right. So at quarterback, we're probably going to end up taking Will Levi. I know Ryan Tannehill is currently the starting quarterback, and I know that like we said the same thing about Malik Willis last year, where like he was eventually going to step in for Tannehill, and that didn't happen. I think Will Levi is a completely different story. Do I think that the guy's got a few screws loose upstairs? Yes, but I mean, I like my football players with the screws loose. It's better. So Wandell, Joshua Kelly, Wandell, Nakua, who's somebody who I'm starting to really like, especially towards the later rounds. He's got elite talent. Hunter Henry gone, Marvin Jones gone, Tank Dell gone. There's Knife East guy, Tank Dell, Kareem Hunt gone in the 19th round. What a wild world we live in. All right, we need this this quarterback, so we'll take this quarterback. Shit. I mean, shiitake mushrooms. We got 2 quarterbacks on a week 7 bye, but thankfully, Justin Fields is the quarterback who we have playing solo there. I wonder who they're playing in week 13. After we take Will Levi, Roberts Woods is gone. Luke Musgrave is gone. Josh Reynolds is gone. So we want to take tight end here with our last overall pick. So let's just look at our bye weeks right now on our tight ends. So week 9 and week 13, let's look at what we have available here. So one of our favorite last overall picks is still available in Luke Schoonmaker, but I don't have any Cade Otton either, which is interesting. And Austin Hooper was signed by Vegas this year, and I wonder if he might have some spike weeks. Zach Ertz, I don't believe it's going to be ready. So Cade Otton's gone. All right, we'll take Schoonmaker. I'm perfectly okay with it. Perfectly okay with it. All right, our draft is over. We did awesome. All right, let's go over our draft and then bid you wonderful folks adieu. So we took Justin Fields, Aaron Rodgers, and Will Levi. Yes, we do have a little bit of conflict there with bye weeks, but Will Levi was literally the only serviceable quarterback available, and I believe Will Levi is more serviceable right now than Ryan Tannehill. Maybe not now, but definitely hope somewhere along the season, either off of injury or just simply lack of performance, or Will Levi just wins the position battle outright. Will Levi has a way higher ceiling. At our running back position, we didn't go running back early if you were tuning in early. So we went Dalvin Cook in the 7th round, Isaiah Pacheco, James Cook, Brian Robinson, Devin Singletary, Ezekiel Elliott. These running back picks were all done after the 7th round, or 7th round and after, which allowed us to really get a lot of value at the wide receiver position. So at a wide receiver position, we got a very unique correlation and a positional stack with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Yes, it lowers our ceiling for having potentially a boom performance elsewhere, but it raises our floor because we know no matter what happens on a weekly basis, either one of these guys is going to have a spike week, and we're going to benefit from it regardless. So our floor has raised, but our ceiling has also lowered. We're going to get way more consistent play, and it's a very unique concept that I'm really trying to get myself more enthralled into and get more involved in it and try it a little bit more often. I'd love to do it with the running back tandems of Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. I have not done so yet. I have not been successful. I've been sniped every time. Jahmyr Gibbs gets drafted way too early, but one of these days I'm going to do it with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. You're going to see it with like a Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton. That's an easier one to get than like say like a Justin Jefferson, where you got to have the 101 to get Justin Jefferson and a Jordan Addison, or a Jamar Chase and a T Higgins, or another one that's impossible to get now is Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. It would be nice in a perfect world; it would be absolutely perfect, but can't cry over spilt milk. So the fact that we have one of these, super awesome. So AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Calvin Ridley, I mean, one of these days we're going to do a Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk correlation positional stack. George Pickens, Jaden Reed, John Mechie, Hunter Renfrow, Richie James. We really wanted Renfrow. Like, we love Renfrow there. We got George Kittle, who we know can ball out and have some really, really sick spike weeks. We have Cole Kmet, simply for correlation purposes, with our good friend Justin Fields, and Luke Schoonmaker with our last overall pick, because we needed a tight end, and he's my favorite tight end late. Oh, we got it. 1 week of streams. Liam says, 1 week of streams in the books. How you feeling? I'll be here regardless. Just wondering where you want to take things. Are you talking big picture? Where I want to take things is, I don't know. It's kind of personal for me, but I guess I could share it. My entire perspective, my entire approach when I get any sort of blessing in life is to spread the blessing back. So 1 week of streams in the books. How you feeling? I'll be here regardless. Just wondering where you want to take things. Personally, I'm a former football player who played football at a very high level. I played on the offensive line, and my neurologist tells me I suffer from CTE-like symptoms. Obviously, they can't tell if it's CTE or not, because the only way you can tell is by doing a biopsy and an autopsy after things happen. And I'm still here, thank the Lord. But yeah, since 2016, I have not had a single day without a migraine. Some days are bad, some days are unbearable, and then we have anything in between. So my goal is to get us to a subscriber goal where it's okay with YouTube for us to do a fundraiser to raise funds and awareness for people who are living on a daily basis with CTE and didn't make it to the league and whatnot. So that's my goal. That's where I want to take things. That's my expectation. It is a shame to go so far and not give back. And I know it's a battle that a lot of people deal with and suffer with. And I just want to be somebody who spreads love. I want to spread love. I want to spread. Thank you for that question, though. It's very, very nice. Anyways, what a touchy subject. The only way that we're going to get to that point, by the way, people, is if we, as a collective, build this community. The only way we can build this community is if you subscribe to the channel. I believe YouTube says you need 10,000 subscriptions and 10,000 watch hours to do your fundraiser. Obviously, it takes 1,000 subscribers to be monetized with the 10,000 watch hours, but to do a charity giving event, which is something that I really want to do to raise awareness for CTE survivors like myself. We need 10,000 subscribers. It's completely free to subscribe on YouTube. We need 10,000 watch hours. We're going to have all the content that you can want and ask for. And once we get that, and I believe that we're going to get that, we're going to do a 24-hour live stream where every single dollar that is raised in the live chat, that is donated, everything is going to go to helping survivors who are dealing with their CTE. I think I might even call it My CTE Hurts. Anyways, thank you for the question. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for your blessings. I love you guys. Takes a village to raise a child, and I love my fucking village. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully DeAndre Hopkins signs. Bye now.